Hello there. Right, I've just got another camera because I'm a bit fed up of shooting on Sonys. They're just a little bit boring. So I'm just showing you what I've got. It's just a Fuji X-T30. I think that's what it's called, with the 31mm 1.4 f lens. So I've taken a few photos of the cat and just a few bits and pieces. I'm actually quite impressed with it, especially the video. The video is actually pretty good. Now, I just wanted to show you the software that I use, which is a very old Mac program, which they don't do anymore, which is a damn shame because it's really, really good. So that's why I've got two Mac machines. I've got an old Mac machine, which will run this new program, and I've got a newer one, and then I have got a Windows machine for doing my 4K videos, which is a very fast machine. So Aperture opened, so I've got the memory card in. Let's import that memory card. It's a very, very simple program to use. This is a really, really good program. It's so simple. It's a shame they stopped doing this. So that should be the memory card there. And it's not loading it up. Have I got the memory? It might not be the memory card. Let's have a look. There's nothing else up there. Info, library, blah, blah, blah. Wonder why it's not seeing that. That's really bizarre. Oh, bear with me. I think because the way this all is, I have to... Oh, is he... Right, I think I've got a dodgy wire. Give me a second. Let me just pop you on pause. Right, so I've had to load them onto the computer because for some reason it doesn't recognise the memory card or the memory card reader. But let's get back on there. So where are we? So let's go on the desktop and select those images. Yes, and where do I want them to go? Destination, new project. Oh, you can't. Project name. Recent projects, and it doesn't show. Right, so it's just gonna have to do it as a new one. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. Let's import those. Just an 11 images, and they're JPEG, so I've not figured out how the camera is how I get the raw images off of it, but doesn't matter. So there we go. That's all done there. Gives you all the information of the camera and the lens and the f-stop and the shutter speed. So it gives you everything you would get. Let me just move you back across here a little bit more. Everything you'd get from Photoshop, because I've got a load of plugins from Photoshop which you can do with this. But what this does, you can just select whichever pictures in that album that you've got at the time. I didn't realise the cat had her tongue out at that point, but it's just such an easy program to use. Some cracking photos there of the cat. That Fuji just shoots absolutely amazing pictures. This is straight out of the camera. This is in JPEG. It's not even a raw file. So let's use one of these plugins. Let's have a look. What shall we do? What shall we do with it? Let's have a look at the Color Effects Pro, because I haven't used this program for a little while now. So it's a bit of a slower machine, so it'll take a little while to boot up. So if you give it a minute. Imagine this processing power in a newer Mac. It would be absolutely amazing. But I quite happily use this program. Right, so this is a plugin. It's got absolute loads of stuff in here. It's not just black and white. You've got film effects. There is just absolute bucket loads. Absolute. So we've got old photos, and you can adjust it as well. It's not just you leave it like this, you've got all the adjustments and everything up here, so you can get a bit more of a glow on there. There we go. So it just details it a little bit more, and it looks absolutely bloody lovely. So another thing you can do, if you're in black and white, I like that picture there, so we're going to keep that like that. So let me save that. It's not only there that you can do the adjustments. I'm going to show you in a minute. I'll do a thing that I'd been doing for a little while if I've got enough colours. Right, so there we go. There's that image there. So if you go over here, you get adjustments. You can add adjustments on here. These are just your basic stuff. What have I got? Saturation, vibrancy. Let's punch that up a little bit. Black point, right, so add adjustments. I shouldn't really be sharpening this really, because this is not designed, because the blue's coming out round here now, because the colour outside is quite blue. But let's have a look at the definition. So it's absolutely fantastic, that camera. Right, the warmth. Let's oh, see how it can just come in very, very quickly. That's just the white balance. I want to look at colours. I don't know if that's the right one. I can't remember. And let's take the blue. Just want to have a look at the blue. Right, okay, so I can make the blue into a magenta. I need to make it white really. So let's try and take the blue out. There we go. So that blue fringing has gone now. So that is perfect. This is what I'm talking about. This program is so easy to use. This was sort of my beginning software. I tried Photoshop, but it was just so overcomplicated. This is just so simple to use, and it works really well. And with that, I can just export the version, not the original, and I can export that straight to my desktop. Or you used to be able to export it directly to your wherever, Facebook, whatever, but obviously it's not got the support anymore because it's just that little bit too old. So let's just export it to there. Original size, and we can have a new folder. So Fuji, we'll call that Fuji folder, create that and export. You can do more than one, you don't have to have two, export two at the same time. So right, let me see, I've not got many pictures here. It's better with pictures with a lot of colour in, so let me just show you what one of these plugins can do. Well, it's the same plugin, and it's so simple to do, so simple. I should have boosted the oh, it's alright, I can do it in a minute. Right, so let's get on, if I remember which one it is once this loads up. There we go. So we are going to muck about. That's quite a nice, yeah, I quite like that. So control points, plus, you pop one in there, it pluses it up, does that. That's the wrong thing, I didn't want to do that. So that's gone really large. Let's let me lose that control point. I'm not, oh hang on, what's going on here? Right, so a -1, working out. It should do. Right, so you can bring the colour back in, but then you keep the black and white. So there we go, it's working properly now. So we're just trying to keep the grass green and the rest of the picture black and white. So it's just literally adding control points everywhere where you see the colour bleed back in. I can't remember where she had green, if there was any more green anywhere. Let's have a look in the picture. No, there's not really. There might be a bit behind her. We need to keep this plant black and white. It's a tree. It's like one of those weird mini tree things. Me and my dad planted them many years ago. And there was two. Let's see, there's some green behind her. One just died off, unfortunately. Don't know why. I think it was just not getting enough light. So you can move these control points around as you need. I don't think you can delete them though. I can't honestly remember. So let's just throw some more black control points on Mia. See around her eyes. She has amber coloured eyes. So they can pick out in the green. And just a few more here. So it's quite subtle, that. It's just a little bit. Let me just see if I can pop up the green levels. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Get some more in there. You can't really overdo this with the control points. So there we go. I'm happy with that. So let's save that. Then I am going to do a bit of sharpening again. Don't really need to do that much with this. I mean, this camera is absolutely fantastic. That is a 26 megapixel photo. No need to crop. You shouldn't really need to crop your photos too much. If you do, you're not framing them properly. Oh, someone at my door. Right, so there we go. So let's get back on these levels. So let's you do have to keep putting these levels back in each photo, which is a little bit annoying. So let's have the colour and sharpening. Let's open that radius up. There we go. So lovely detail on her face. So that's where I had the focus area is on her face. A bit more of the black point just to darken it down a little bit more definition, so you can see the individual hairs. Excellent. And a bit of vibrancy. Yeah, let me just pull that down. Let's see. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, it does need to sort of be like that. So there we go, that one's finished. I'm happy with that. So let's export that into the same folder. Original size, yeah, blah blah blah. Export. And I thought there was 11 pictures. Oh yeah, it's got some there. Let's have a look. What else have we got? Oh, there we go. That one's slightly out of focus on her eyes, but that I think we can make into a nice silhouette. So which plugin shall I use for that? If I can remember which ones these are. Silver FX Pro. So this is just purely black and white, but I'm going to silhouette and come on. It doesn't need to work much faster than this, to be quite honest. I mean, the computer could do with a bit more RAM. So we've got a load of preset bits and pieces in here, filters, if you want to call them that. That's quite nice, I quite like that. That's a high contrast. That's a bit not quite right. That's just, let's go. Oh, there are quite a few here. That's not too bad. I think that's a low key. Yeah, I think we're going to go with that one. So do I need to muck about with anything on there? No. So let's save that. As you can see down here, when I save them, it is saving a separate file, or it should do, to the original. Ah, la 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 la. Looking good. Shall we put some... I do like this. Yeah, that looks nice. Pull up that and sharpen her up a bit. Get some, see the definition. Oh, too much there. So which, that was this thing down here. I think I need to turn that off. Did I go the wrong way on that? Yeah. Right. Give it a chance to catch up. Probably going to need a bit more brightness on that. There we go. I like that. No cropping involved again. Full size image. Let me just show you the original, and that's the new one. And let's export that as well. Nice quick export. I've not chosen, right, okay, there we go. Right, let's see, what shall we do with this one? I think we're going colour effects is my favourite out of the plugins because it's got so much extra already in it. This is probably going to be the last one I'm going to bother editing. Maybe I might do that burning bin. So there we go, he is loading the rest of this up. So let's have a look. What did I used to use? Oh, and here comes the cat herself. Hello, my dear. So you can also do I don't know where it is, infrared, and there are different modes. You have little drop downs as well for different modes, so it gives you a preview of those modes. Not a thing I use that much. It's alright on landscape photography. Let's see if there's another one with the drop downs. Did Glamour Glow? No. I honestly can't remember. It's a long time since I've not used this in a while. There we go. Right, so we can have different blurs. Don't like any of those. That's not too bad. That's too much. That's not too bad either. And then we can have, is it going to preview us? Yeah, and you should be able to, let's choose that one. So you can place the center of the blur, so we want it to No, it's not quite right. So let's get a heavy blur. That's not too bad. That's okay. Right. And bring the detail back in by doing that. Ah, why is that control point not turning off? Ah, there we go. You can delete them. Ah, I've learned something. Look at that. So I like that picture. We are going to save it. And any time today. Obviously, it's an older machine. Be patient. This would have been quick back in its days. This is a 2012 model, something like that, maybe a little bit earlier. So there we go, we got the effects. Let's just get a few other bits in here. Where's my colour wheel stuff? It's not colour wheels, it's sliders, which I prefer sliders. Did I want to get anything else in there? I don't think so. So we just need to try and sharpen her face. Get the black point in a bit. There we go, that's nicer. Bit of definition. There we go. There we go. Happy with that one as well. So let's export that. These are quite uninteresting. I was just checking out the focusing. And we don't want that one with her licking her nose, do we? I suppose we could do a black and white thing here. Let's have a quick look at making everything black and white except for that, instead of the other way around, because that can be quite a nice look. And plus it is in centre of the frame. And it's selected on that other thing that we were using. Right, okay, so we can change the filter of the black and white, so I think that will look nice. So let's get a minus. Oh, yeah, it's not picking the red out very well in that bin. I wonder if moving that will make any difference. Not really. Right, let's get some other control points back in there. That's the wrong one. So let's move him over there. You can make him smaller as well if you need to. I just normally leave them as they are. They're generally the right sort of size. As you can see, I can see a little bit of yellow coming in here. Right, so you can just see the original picture down there. You can move this around so I can see where the light fall off is. You get a bit more contrast on that. Not impressed with the colour of that. It's not really coming out brilliantly. The bin was green originally. Until you use it as a burning bin, then it changes. like you'd expect it, where it's burnt off. So it does give a bit of a 3D pop as well, doing it like this. And I bet you're all bored as hell watching me do this, but I quite enjoy it. So this is all black down here. Get a control point there, and there, and the sun should have been hitting that point there. It was, but the green come back. So we've got to control all these green bits. There we go, see that bush is changing colour. Looking pretty good. I like that, so let's save that. We'll have to bump up the vibrancy of that. Nearly there. So there we go. Let's get some extra bits in here.
Okay, here's my tune radio player app.
No, we don't want that, do we? Alexa, cancel. No idea.
Goodbye.
No idea why it did that. They do funny things. Right, the colour. And monochrome colour. Oh, no, we didn't want to do that. Oh no, let's not use that. Right, let's get some definition in there. There we go, that makes it stand out a little bit more. And we're going to hammer that black point. There we go. Right, so let's hit the vibrancy first. That's better. Right, happy with that. I'm going to leave it like that, otherwise it's going to be too fake. And here comes the cat again. So let's export that. And that's it. That is how you use Aperture. A lot of you youngsters have probably never heard of it, never seen it. The program itself is probably, about 15 years old, maybe older than that. Maybe older than that. But I could be wrong, it could be younger than that. But it just produces, and it's so easy to use, it's so quick, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, you know what I say. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Thank you very much.